Good morning. Here we are supposed to study about the DC machines. So here what we are saying, if you see DC machine is nothing but we are saying it is working as an electromechanical converter. It means what? It will convert electrical energy into mechanical or vice versa. So we are saying DC machines are the rotating machines. In the rotating machines, voltage are generated that is in the form of coil or that could be created in the winding, because if you see the constructions for the rotating machine, it means what? For the DC machines at that time we will get DC machine will consist of rotor and the stator. If you see the rotor at that time, we have seen we are using the armature commutator brushes, so we are using the field winding. So we can see here current will flow when we will give the power supply. At that time that motor will rotate, but here by rotating this magnetic field, it will rotate through the magnetic field because there is a field winding. So here by mechanically rotating magnetic field, we will get here the field winding. So by designing the magnetic circuit, so we will read reluctance varies, that will be the rotation of rotor. And if you see the constructions, we are using the armature winding, field winding, commutator and brushes. These are rotationary part. So when we will give the power supply to the DC machine, at that time that magnetic field will cut by the conductor, because we are using armature that will consist of the conductor. So here we can say we will get magnetic circuit that will allow to reluctance vary with the rotation of rotor. Is there any issue? So here by any of these method we will get the magnetic flux that will be created, because here we are using the coil. Sorry, we are using the coil. At that time we can say here that magnetic field will cut the conductor and EMF will get introduced according to the Faraday's law. So by any of these methods the flux is changed, and as flux is changed, a time varying voltage that will get generated, and that voltage we are calling as the generated EMF in the DC generator, or we are calling it is as a back EMF that will be used in the DC motor. So a set of such coils we are using with together, and we are calling these coils as the armature winding, and we are using their conductor which will carry the current. So here we say in general the armature winding is used to refer to winding, or it will consist of the set of winding. So when this winding on rotating machine will carry the AC current, when we will give the power supply at that time, we are saying according to the Faraday's law, we will get the EMF and current will start to flow through this rotating machine. So in AC machine such as synchronous or the induction machine, these are nothing but the DC machine. So what we are saying in the AC machine such as synchronous or the induction machine, which will be our fourth unit. ये जो हमारा इंडक्शन मशीन एसी मशीन है, these things we are supposed to study in the fourth unit. At that time what we will say, the armature winding is typically on the stationary part, but here when we are studying about the DC machine, at that time we are saying armature winding will be our rotationary part. But when we are supposed to see the AC machines working, that will be induction machine or that will be synchronous. At that time, we are saying armature winding is typically on the stationary portion of the motor. So we can call that armature winding as a stator. But in DC machines, we are calling armature winding as a rotor. Sometimes there will be question on MCQs like it is rotor or it is the stator. So in which this winding may also referred as the stator winding. And here we are saying field winding that will be parallel with the DC armature. That is nothing but the rotor. But what we are saying, this winding and this armature winding, we are saying that will be working as a stator in the AC machines, in the induction machines. But if you see for the DC machines, we are saying armature winding is found as a rotor because it is the rotating member of the DC machines. That will be DC generator or that will be DC motor. So here, what we are supposed to see here in the DC machines, we are saying the armature winding of DC generator or the DC motor, it will work as a rotor which will carry with current conducted from it by means of carbon brushes, because when we see the construction at that time, we have seen we are using on the both side of DC machines, we are using the carbon brushes. So the field winding is also working as stator in the DC machines and in the AC machines. But armature winding will be working here as a rotor. So here we can say the field winding is on the stator and is excited by direct current. If you see how it will look like, so here you can see these are nothing but the poles, north and south pole. So here when electric current passes through the coil is nothing but, because we have seen the construction for DC machine, in that we have seen we are using the yoke at the outer terminal, at the outer covering. This is the DC machine. This is the DC machine. So the outer covering, ये circle, we are calling it is as a yoke. ये जो दोनों side के बता है, these are nothing but the brushes. And inside the circuit, if you see, there is a field winding, there is a armature. We are putting their air gap for the cooling purpose. Then we have seen the commutator. So what we are saying here, when the electric current passes through the coil in the magnetic field, at that time magnetic force will produces the torque, and as magnetic force will produces the torque, at that time your motor will start, motor will turn on. So here we can say when we are giving the electric supply to the machine, DC machine, that will be DC generator or that will be DC motor. At that time, a coil in the magnetic field, when magnetic force will get introduced because of that electric current, at that time it will generate the torque, and just because of that torque your DC motor will turn on. So here if you calculate the force equations, that will equal to current into, if you see here what we are saying, it will be work as perpendicular to both wire and, if you see here slide show में नहीं दिख रहा ना, that's why I have escaped. Okay, so here what we are saying, if you see here we will get the force that will be perpendicular to this wire and it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. According to which law? According to the Fleming right hand rule. According to the Fleming right hand rule, because it will derive the direction of that current and force. So here we can see force will be perpendicular to that magnetic field. So here when we are giving the electric current, at that time electric current will supplied externally through the commutator. When we will give the power supply, at that time we can apply electric current externally through commutator. So here if you see how it will look like, this is nothing but, this is the DC machines, this is the outer covering, we are saying yoke, or we can say it is as a frame, because it is giving the protection to the assembly of the DC motor. In that, if you see here, ये जो cream color का है उस पे wire like structure, if you see here, so this we are calling as the field winding. We are using their coil that will have the coil like structure, so we are calling it is as a field winding. If you see here the gray color structure, so here we are saying it is a curd like structure, we are saying these are having the parallel path to flow to allow the current to flow. So we are calling these as a poles. We can use number of poles depending on our requirement. So here, if you see the inside structure for this DC machine, in that there will be the armature. If you see here on armature, we are putting their air gap. ये दोनों के बीच में, ये दोनों के बीच में, if you see corresponding, there is some air gap. You have joined Devendra, please mute yourself. First time class की strength 10 है, okay. So here, what we are saying here, the armature, these are working as a conductor. Please don't disturb the class. Okay. So here, if you see, we are using here carbon brushes at the outer side, at the both terminal of the DC motor, and these are working as a commutator. These are working as a commutator. It is also a rotor part of the DC machine. When we will give the power supply to the DC machine, at that time, rotor, this armature winding, these brushes will rotate, and the pole, these poles and this fill winding will work as a, this will work as a stator, because what we are saying, this frame, the outer covering, it is the stationary part of DC machine on which the main poles and commutator pole, if you see here, we are taking it is as a outer covering on which the main poles and the commutator poles are bolted, and it forms the supportive structure by connecting the frame to the bed plate. We are connecting that frame to the bed plate. So here we can say this frame is working as a yoke. So yoke is the ring shaped structure. If you see, it will look like a ring. It means what? Like a circular. So it sorry, it will look like a ring like structure. So here it is having the ring shaped body portion of the frame which makes the magnetic path, because here we are using the field winding. So it will give us magnetic path for the magnetic fluxes from the main pole to the interpole. So here we are saying at the frame we are connecting the yoke. मतलब ये जो होता है actually frame and yoke both are working as the same. But here if you see, yoke we can made by using the iron. So it will give the protection to the assembly of that remaining circuit, to the armature, to the commutator, to these brushes, poles. So we can say yoke was made up of iron, but we can make that yoke by using steel also. So here, if we are using the steel instead of iron, you will get the roll steel that will develop, and it will allow to magnetic and mechanical properties to generate the EMF. So here we can use steel also. After that, what we can see here, we are using the poles. So poles are nothing but these are also the stationary part of the DC machine. So we can say these are the solid poles of fabricated steel. We can take these poles of fabricated steel which will work with separate or the integral poles, because if you see the constructions, we are using the number of poles that can be connected parallel with each other, because they are supposed to create the EMF. So here we can say these poles can be work with separate or an integral pole, and that are fixed, that are working as a stator of the DC machine. So pole shoes are generally, if you see, these pole shoes are generally laminated. Many of times pole body and pole shoe are formed by using the same laminations. The pole shoes are shaped as so slightly increased air gap. If you see, after that, after this pole, we are using this diagram, this circuit, in which what we are using the armature. So what we can say, armature is constructed by using the laminated steel. We can make thickness of that armature very small. You can see here we are using here steel, and we are taking its thickness very small to reduce the eddy current losses. It means what? If we are not making connections properly at that time, we will supposed to reduce that loss, and that current we are calling as the eddy current. So we can say here we can make that armature structure very thin to reduce the eddy current losses, and as these laminations of steel for this armature winding will carry alternating flux that of choice of our suitable material. So here we can see after the armature, we are using there the commutator. What we can say for that commutator? Commutator we are using as a copper. Commutator के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे? We are using here copper. So we can say this commutator consists of copper segment which will tightly fasten together with mica insulting separator, and the whole commutator will work as a rotor of that DC machine. So each commutator segment is divided with riser. We are giving the riser that will allow two surface of commutator to made concentric with the shaft, and the current collecting brushes will take. Here we are taking these brushes rest on the same. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? When we are using the commutator, at that time we are putting the brushes, and these will, if you see the construction of DC machine, when it will rotate, what we are saying, that armature will rotate, that commutator will rotate, but what we are doing here, we are connecting these brushes directly to this commutator. So we can say these brushes rest on the same, these will not rotate, these will become stationary. So brushes rest on that surface of commutator where we are connecting these brushes, and these brushes are kept pressed on the commutator with the help of spring. If you see here, we are connecting these brushes to this commutator by using the spring. और ये जो copper like ये जो copper color का दिख रहा है, we are saying it is working as a commutator. So here, if you see again, we are using the field winding with the pole. So what we can say about the field winding? We can give field winding that will be working as a shunt, or that can be working as a series. It means what? Here we can give, अभी strength 11 थी, अभी strength 9 हो गई है. So what we are saying here, we are using the field winding. So depending on how field winding is connected with armature winding, we have seen there are the two types of DC machines. These are nothing but self-excited and separately. It means what? How we are connecting field winding with the armature. We are connecting it is parallel with armature, or we are connecting it is in series with armature. Depending on the construction of field winding, how it is connected with the armature. There are two types of the DC machines. These are nothing but shunt, DC shunt machine, or the DC series. So we can say there is a shunt field winding, or there is a series field winding. So what we are saying about the field winding, in the case of the field machines, if we are using the field winding, that will form a coil on the poles. We are using the winding on the poles. So this will carry the excitation current, and it will produce the magnetic field in the machines, and we will get shunt winding or the series winding. If you see, in the large number of turns of small section, we are using here copper. What we are using here? We are using here commutator which will work as a conductor. So here we are using copper. So we can say here in the large number of turns for the field winding, we can use copper conductor. Please mute yourself. किसने unmute किया है? Sameer. I get the disturbance. Okay. हाँ. So here we have seen the constructions for the DC machines. Now, what we are saying, when we are converting electrical energy into the mechanical form, at that time we are calling the DC machine. which will work as a in motoring mode, or we can say it will be work as a DC motor. And if we are having the DC machine that will convert mechanical energy into electrical, at that time we can say that DC machine is operating in a DC generating mode, or it can be working as a DC generator. So we are having mechanically all machines, DC machines are consist of two parts. These are nothing but stator and the rotor. We are using the stator which will not rotate, which will do the work, but which will remain stationary. And rotor, we are calling it will be working as the rotating part of the machine. So we are putting small distance between the rotor and stator. We are calling this as a air gap. The stator and the rotor core we can made from the iron, or we can made from laminated steel or another ferromagnetic material. So it will reduce the eddy current losses. In order to reduce the eddy current losses, in order to reduce the magnetic reluctance. Although if you see we are using their air gap in the stator and rotor, which will allow magnetic flux to flow easily and which will allow to get cool. Matlab, when we are giving the power supply, at that time, as this part will rotate, there will be heat get generated. So it will cool that heat. It will reduces that heat. So here, what we are saying, when we are using the DC machines at that time, from if you see electrical point of view at that time, DC or AC machines, we are saying it will consist of armature and field winding. Armature winding will work as a rotor and field winding will work as a stator. So in order to operate that machine as DC motor or DC generator, magnetic field should exist within the air gap. What we are saying, if we are converting mechanical energy into the electrical, at that time we are saying there will be EMF get generated, and that EMF we are calling as a generated EMF. But if that machine will work as a DC motor, at that time that induced EMF we will call as the back EMF in the DC motor, because it will work in opposite direction with the applied voltage. So here this field is usually produced. Which field? The magnetic field. Will produce electromagnetically. It means what? It will convert electrical into mechanical or the vice versa. By energizing the field winding, it means if we are putting the magnetic field in that air gap, machine can convert electrical energy into mechanical or the vice versa, depending on the construction of these things. There is, we can say we will get two types of DC machines, that will be DC motor or the DC generator. And if you see the constructions for DC machines, DC generator, both are having the same construction diagram. But depending on the air gap, once the magnetic field will exist in that air gap, machine can convert one form of energy into the another by using the armature winding. So here what we are saying, we are doing the energy conversion. But how we are doing the energy conversion? By using the armature winding. So here we can say the field winding consumes only small fraction of the electrical power, or it will use to produce that voltage. It will allow to produce that EMF by the DC machine. So here we are supposed to see about how DC machine will work as DC motor and how DC machine will work as a DC generator. So today it's Wednesday, na? There will be unit test tomorrow. Huh? You guys are supposed to solve numerical also. I have shared assignment yesterday. So in that also I have given the numericals. So in today's session we are revising our unit, third unit, that is nothing but DC machines. And in tomorrow's lecture which will be on 3:30. On that time, we will solve the numericals. So you all are supposed to join that class. Then only you will get how to solve the numericals on number of pole, flux, EMF, generated EMF, back EMF, and for the decision motor. Okay. So what we are saying here, we are supposed to see how DC machine will work as a motor. So what we are saying, in the DC machine, we are having the field winding, which is wound on the stator, while the armature winding is located on the rotor. Because when we see the construction, armature winding kaha hai? On the rotor part. But pole is nothing but stator, and we are having the field winding which will be on the pole. So we can say field winding is on the stator and armature winding is on the rotor. So here we can say current is supplied to the rotor part through the commutator segment, because we are using commutator that can be worked as a conductor. We are using the copper, and we know copper is a very good conductor, so it will allow to flow the current easily. So we can give current to the armature winding through that copper. So each commutator segment is connected to the armature winding, and the mounted on the stator will have, this commutator will have the brushes which actually touch two or more of the commutator segment at a time. Because if you see the constructions, we are using the brushes on the both side of commutator. So to operate the DC machine as a motor, DC current should pass through the field winding, and this current can be supplied either from the armature winding or from the another source. So when we are giving the current, that current will pass to the armature winding from that commutator. What we are saying, it will, commutator will allow to flow that current to the armature winding. So electric power will supply to the armature winding, and as we will get the mechanical power, it will allow us to drive the mechanical load. So here we can say the speed of shaft, it means what, how it will rotate. The speed of shaft will directly proportional to the armature voltage, because when we will give the armature current, when we will give the applied voltage, when we will give the power supply, at that time only commutator will allow to flow the current through this rotating armature winding, and as it will get the current, that rotor will start to rotate, and the speed of rotor will directly proportional to the armature voltage. Because if we are giving larger voltage, larger current will flow and speed we will get higher. But what we are saying, field winding is the stator, so it will only directly proportional to the armature voltage, but it will inversely proportional to the field current, because it will not allow to rotate that DC motor. So we can say speed is directly proportional to the armature voltage, and it is inversely proportional to the field current. If you see for the torque equations, the torque will directly proportional to the armature current and field current. Already we have seen these characteristics of the DC machine. In that we have seen the equation for torque, we have seen the equation for armature current, we have seen the equation for speed, and we have seen the value of torque is depending on armature current and the armature resistance. Okay, so here what we are saying, to operate DC machine as a generator, DC current should pass through the field winding. Okay, here in DC motor, what we are saying, in DC motor, DC current will pass through the armature, through that rotor, through that commutator. But here, when we are supposed to work DC machine as generator, at that time, construction is same, only there is difference in working. That's why I am explaining how DC machine will work as generator and how DC machine will work as a DC motor. So if we are supposed to work DC machine as generator, at that time DC current will pass through the field winding. But when DC machine is working as DC motor, DC current will pass through the commutator. But here that current will pass through the field winding. So here this current can be supplied either from external battery, or we can give that current directly from the armature winding. At that time we are saying that type of motor as a self-excited motor. And if we are giving separate power supply to the field winding and to the DC motor armature, at that time we are saying that type of machine as a separately excited DC machine. That can be DC generator or that can be DC motor. But here what is the difference? We are giving the current that will allow to pass through the field winding. So here mechanical power should be supplied to the shaft of DC generator. These are nothing but generator will rotate by the external mechanical power. That can be, we can give as a second motor, or we can give source that is as a steam turbine. So here generated voltage will directly proportional to the speed of shaft. And if you see that electrical power will available from armature terminal of generator. So here if you see the value of torque will depend on value of armature current and the armature resistance, but will also depend on the field winding current in the DC generator. But if you see for the DC motor, at that time what we are saying that torque is directly proportional to the armature current, and it will be directly proportional to the field current also. So here also we are saying we will get the voltage that will be proportional to the speed of shaft, and it will be proportional directly with the field current. So here electric motor cannot be considered as passive electrical load, because in passive electrical load current flowing into load will be proportional to the voltage across its terminal. It means what? According to Ohm's law, you will get V equal to IR. But here we are taking the inductor. So वहाँ का impedance क्या होगा? We can write in the form of Z. So we can say here we will get value of voltage across that load will be equal to Z load into I. So we cannot take electrical motor as a passive. We cannot take their resistor or inductor. We can take their any machines, any type of load that can be worked as at domestic, or that can be worked at industrial level. But we cannot take their passive load. So here, this is not the case for an electrical machine. What we are saying here, we cannot take for the electrical motor. But if we are talking about our DC machines, DC motor or the DC generator, at that time we are saying here the armature current and the armature voltage are completely independent. So here armature current is determined by the mechanical torque, because we know how we can calculate the mechanical power. Pm equal to torque into angular velocity. So here we can say the armature current will also proportional with the torque, because we have seen the equations. Torque is directly proportional to phi into Ia. On that also we are supposed to solve the numericals. We will see tomorrow. So here what we are saying, the armature current is determined by the mechanical load. This is nothing but the torque, which is not related to the given voltage. So here we can take for DC machine, DC generator, DC motor. For generating mode, current drawn from the armature terminal will also independent, and the increase in output current will only compensated by increasing mechanical torque. So here we can use any electrical load at the output of DC machines. मतलब DC motor और DC generator के वहाँ हम we can use any type of load. If you see, we are supposed to solve equations for the power. So what we are saying, the electrical power into DC motor, we can calculate as it is the multiplication of that voltage and current. We are calculating the power which will be related with our armature winding. So we can say P electrical equal to armature voltage into armature current. But what we are saying, the mechanical power which is flowing out of the DC motor, or the mechanical power which is flowing into DC generator. We can take that power that can be calculated by simple multiplying angular velocity with angular torque. We are calling this power as a mechanical power. T shaft means torque and V shaft is angular speed of that rotor, that armature. If you see, we can calculate that speed omega equal to 2 pi n upon 60. N is nothing but we are calling this is as speed we are taking in the second, but we are measuring the speed with respect to minute. So we can convert that n by 60 in minute. You will get W equal to 2 pi n upon 60, or you can take W equal to 2 pi capital N. So here we have seen about how to calculate for mechanical power and the electrical power. So if we are supposed to find the efficiency of DC machines, on these also you guys are supposed to solve the numericals. So you are supposed to see how will you get mechanical power, how will you get electrical power. Mechanical power कैसे मिलेगा? Angular velocity and torque, and electrical armature का voltage, armature का current. So here, if we are supposed to solve efficiency for DC motor, it will be the ratio of P mechanical into P mechanical with P electrical. But if you see for the DC generator, exactly vice versa with this. Your equations for efficiency for the DC generator will become, it is the ratio of electrical output power with mechanical power, because in DC generator output क्या है तुम्हारा? Electrical. So we are saying electrical power with respect to mechanical, but in DC motor we are having the output power that will be mechanical and input electrical. So we are taking here in numerical. So we can say the efficiency of DC machines will vary on speed and the voltage value. Here we have finished how DC machine will work as DC motor and DC generator. Remaining syllabus and numericals we will see in the next session. Now I am taking your attendance. If anyone is facing any issue, you can ask for unit tests, for assignment, for notes, for today's session, anything. Otherwise, you guys can leave now. Thank you. Is there any issue? Okay, we can conclude our class. You all are supposed to join class tomorrow because we will solve the numericals.
Okay, ma'am.